I'm sorry for the way that I am bringing in Taste-Its.
What you got?
It's not an apple this time.
That's cool.
It's an orange.
Throwback to my first appearance.
Dane like the only one that made it feel like you had cleaner teeth.
Yeah, why?
Didn't he like the Red Delicious?
Yes.
Psycho?
He literally said, this is really delicious.
If
And
you're
I'm like,
listening, Dane, you're
nobody
still a
says that.
psycho for that, bro.
Yeah, they're like the skin almost cuts your gums.
I just don't like the taste of it. Of all the
I don't
apples,
either.
it's not delicious. Why is it called Red
I
Delicious?
don't know, but the skin is so stiff. I've had it go between a couple of my teeth.
It cut you.
It hit
Yeah.
my gums, and it felt like you
Ouch.
got too far in there with dental floss.
Like, it's worse than popcorn because popcorn will appear,
Yeah.
stay, and then be found later, and it'll be like weird. You're like, oh, how long's that been there? That sucks. Where'd you get in that crevice from?
yeah, and then it's like the release of pressure feeling is like,
Yeah, but with an apple, it lets you know immediately that it arrived because
Oh, yeah.
it kicks the door into your gums. It's
I
like
can
now
feel
you have a millimeter gap between your
I can
gum and
feel
your
it
tooth now.
right here,
And you never have floss available.
right in my gummussy.
Yeah, right. Right up in that moist pink gummussy.
Would you like to see what the taste it is?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. I don't know if you've had this one before, but
Not
you've
that
had
one.
like it. So we have
I
ba-
saw that
I
the other
saw
day.
those.
I
bagel
almost
bites,
bought it one day.
gummy candy, and I just thought this is appropriate. And then I have other yummies in here for afterwards because it's
Well,
not
see,
going to be the greatest thing ever.
I
Or
was
maybe it will
eventually
be.
going to
I don't
buy
know.
it, but now she did. So I
Right.
don't have
This is
to.
exactly what
Yo.
my brain goes through every time I pass it by. Like I want to get it because I was like, we're gonna eat these,
Yep.
but this is
Then
great.
it was Bitha's. It was destined for
Well, I'm
It's
just
gonna
glad
bring
she
it.
didn't whip out the bologna one.
ew,
There's one
like
no,
the Lunchable one.
there's one that looks like a pack of Oscar bologna with Oscar Mayer. That one,
No,
it's bad. Don't.
no, thank you.
It's like a giant flap of skin.
Ew.
You basically chew it until you swallow it, but it really never changes consistency.
The bagel bite one always looks so like intriguing to me though, because I myself have consumed way more bagel bites than I think you're supposed to and survive.
I mean, I've taken down a big bag myself.
I mean, I like the
That was before air fryers existed.
Okay, so
yeah.
we can each get two.
I just want one.
Well,
I don't want
I'm-
to spoil my dinner.
I haven't had dinner. Well,
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
I
you got
spoil my
pizza.
dinner.
I got munchies.
Why did it come apart?
Oh, because it's a separate bagel and cheese. I
Well,
guess.
clearly, because I just kind of squeezed it a little, and it just went boop.
Yeah, I didn't realize it
All
was.
right, you eat a bagel
multiple
bite
pieces.
in a bite. I don't take
This one does it too.
I don't take bites of bagel bites.
No, you
Bagel
just
bites
You just
is
put
the bite.
whole thing in your mouth.
ready.
Hold on, I'm gonna examine it first, just to
Yeah, just give it
see.
a gentle squeeze, and it Oreos
Like,
apart.
I see that
It doesn't smell bad.
we have multiple colored gummy at the bottom. It's really greasy. I know it's greasy because I'm touching it and my fingers are smearing across it, and I have a residue on my
Are
hands.
you making a burger?
No, I'm not gonna eat it that
See,
way.
Oh, okay.
the top pieces are adhered like little pepperonis,
It's
and
got
the
weird
cheese is-
corrugations
the
on the
cheese-
bottom.
Okay, yeah, it has it has pizza sauce. That's what those dots are.
No, on the
pizza
bottom,
sauce.
bottom.
Yeah, it's
One of mine does, one doesn't.
okay.
One's more aggressively than the other one.
So all
Maybe
in
that's
all,
jimping, so you can hold on to it. Like a
one,
knife.
2, 3. Automatically hate it. I automatically hate it.
These are always so stiff.
Why is this wax mouth lips when I decided to chew on the wax lips? I don't want this in my mouth
I
anymore.
can't even do the fun sounds. It's so stiff. Wait,
It doesn't even have flavor.
hold on.
There's no flavor in it. It's just gummy.
I am the person I hate right now. It's not bad.
It is.
It's not.
It's not a good gummy.
It doesn't make me want
Nope.
to throw up like some of the things
Oh, there's the pineapple and coconuttiness.
you tasted. Oh, that's delicious.
That's suntan lotion. This isn't suntan lotion in my mouth.
I actually really like it. Besides the consistency,
Oh, that's one down.
it's too hard to chew.
Well, here's another one. Tiny can't control himself around gummies, so you can let him have that one. Oh.
I think I'm gonna half at a time that one. Just sit it over there.
Yuck.
Okay.
I will probably eat it if it sits there.
I mean, I'm gonna eat this other one.
Me and gummies, there's a bond we have. I just can't say no to her.
Ugh.
Would
The
you like a
pineapple's
better
in the
taster?
base.
Something you know is automatically going to slap?
I brought it because it nerd it through the grapevine.
Big chewy nerds,
Oh, there's bigger ones. There's big ones.
and they're chewy.
They're chewy, but they got a hard thing on the outside.
Oh, I thought it was like the things with the gummy in there. No, that's something totally different.
Yeah.
Not a nerd cluster.
No, that's the word I
I
was.
love
thinking.
the nerd
Oh,
clusters.
they slap.
I will suck the nerds off and then I'll chew. Anyway,
Oh, they clap cheeks.
That's
They clap face cheeks so
I
hard.
saw that today and I thought I want to try that one.
You're just supposed to take it and pass it. You don't eat it already.
Oh,
Well, we're
eat it
still eating
together.
gummies
Oh.
over here.
sorry, I just that's a bad force of habit.
Yeah, I wasn't giving you the whole bag.
I just open the bag and start munching because I'm used to just opening the bag and starting
Right.
munching.
I
Here, I grab me
also-
a handful.
I also got these because.
Well, those are just delicious within themselves.
Would you like one?
No,
What is those?
It's a
I'll do
cinnamon cream cheese cake bite.
I'll do
It's
one of
I'll do one.
I'll do one of those later.
I'll do one of those before the nerds.
I'll do candy sweet right now. I'll do pastry sweet later.
Yeah, I got to go in a certain order.
I just figured, if I was gonna ruin your palate with the gummy, I could cleanse it with some yummy.
I do appreciate these little nerds candy ones because the candy is super
I
super
give that
strong.
a 6.
It's better heated up in the microwave for like
Oh, I'm sure it
6
would be.
seconds. I ate too many of them earlier, and I was like, I need to stop. I'm gonna be full and angry.
Yeah. I haven't had these chewy big nerds
You
yet.
flangry?
Honestly, these are These are-
I was trying to make it. It didn't work.
like, I don't know. It's a weird consistency. Like once you chew it up, then it kind of has like the Mike and Ike's teeth feel.
Interesting.
You know the Mike and Ike's teeth feel.
Yeah. Kind of like when
Can't
it
tell you
packs
the
in
last
there.
time I had one of those.
Mike and Ike's?
We had some whenever we were decorating
Yeah.
cookies or
Yeah,
tortillas.
I knew I had some recently.
We decorated
These
tortillas.
are weird. You know what this reminds me of?
What?
The dinosaur egg oatmeal.
Dinosaur egg oatmeal.
Please tell me you've had that.
I haven't thought of the dinosaur egg oatmeal since I was a child.
But it brings back fond memories, right?
Hell no, I never got to get it. That shit was expensive.
I think I'm gonna have
You're
to
an adult
actually-
now. You have adult money. Go buy it yourself.
I think I'm
They
actually
still
gonna have to
exist.
break down and buy new headphones. They just went zzz, like right through the middle of my being.
Whoa.
That's
yeah,
funny.
it was aggressive.
Well, we've got a set of replacement ones I can go grab from the garage real quick if
It'll
you'd
be
like to put
fine.
those on.
We can make it work.
You sure you don't want to put them on? I got the
Yeah,
replacements.
the sound's already bouncing back and forth in a pattern that's okay.
It's acceptable to your ears.
It's an acceptable pattern.
I've been telling you for weeks you got to get new headphones.
I
They'll-
know.
They'll
Well, I
eventually do
mean-
real dangerous things to your ear
Poor
holes.
thing.
These are delicious.
They'll eventually start treating your brain the way that the GATE program did to the kids that had to attend it and listen to all those tones.
Wow, all that, I'll just get the one. The outside texture. Ooh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Take these away from me.
the outside
Big
can
old handful first.
No. That's all I need.
the outside texture on them is a really strong tasting, like jolty candy taste, and I like it. But you instantly get into that smooth gumminess that's on the inside.
It's all the good parts of the nerd cluster and none of the bad parts.
Yes.
Yeah. Is
10 out of 10.
the bad part the hard rock candy you have to chew through on them?
No, it's just all the little bits. They just fall and crumble, and there's not enough goo.
Mhm.
So all the crunchy's compressed, and it allows the goo to all be together. So you get the mixture of a crunchy with a gummy.
And then you don't accidentally choke on a nerd.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or aspirate one and have it come out your nose in 5 minutes.
Yeah, or that.
That sounds awful.
It was.
All for the pursuit of candy.
Yep, like I sneezed while I was eating one is a bad time.
Oh.
And it went right up in the sinuses. It was not good.
I had Mountain Dew Code Red come out of my nose when I was in 9th grade. At the lunch table.
These are dummy good.
Jehu was there. I could ask him about it. He might remember it.
I haven't thought about that man in many years.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't need to.
Well.
Well, there he goes. I think we've got a few things to get into episode-wise today that might be pretty interesting. I think everybody might have brought some notes. I know for specifics, Tab was taking some notes on her notes because she's using her phone to record videos, so she took notes on a note. And
Actual paper.
and Tiny over there, I think he's raw dogging it.
I usually do.
I think that's just That's my fault.
I tend to forget things when I get elevated.
I wasn't even talking about it like that. Though.
I got somebody today with loose asshole, by the way.
Nice.
I was telling him about that. Because telling him that Uncle Lou comes to visit you as soon as you turn 30.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like,
A couple years, and then he leaves.
He's like, Uncle Lou. I was like, yeah, his last name's Sassel. He's like, I'm missing the joke. I don't really.
Yeah.
Oh, Lou Sassel.
Yeah.
It took me until the end of that episode for me to realize. I was like, what?
Really?
I know, well, listen. I just saw Sasshole, and I've seen that,
A real
on
name.
cars. People will be like, mother of Sassholes.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about...
About Lou.
Yeah.
Lou.
I
Sassole.
had to hear you say it, and then I went, oh, that's why they named it this.
Me particularly, or just you in general?
Just whoever said it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, let's get into it.
Gather round, you mates of mine, for tales of nerds and lore. Three best friends on a podcast line with laughs and chats galore. From comics break to movies grand and games we love to play. We'll sail the seas of fandom land in our nerdy way. Heave-ho, raise a glass to the stories we entwine. With laughter loud and knowledge fast, nerded through the grapevine. Heave-ho, come join the crew, we'll share our tales divine. From D&D to MCU, nerded through the grapevine. From wizards bold to galaxies far, we dive into each quest. With theories wild and memes that spar, we're surely blessed, no jest. We'll chat of heroes, foes, and plots, and all the trends that shine. With every laugh, we'll tie the knots in our nerdy design. Heave-ho, raise a glass to the stories we entwine. With laughter loud and knowledge fast, nerded through the grapevine. Heave-ho, come join the crew, we'll share our tales divine. From D&D to MCU, nerded through the grapevine.
Hi, everyone. I'm Austin Shazam. I know all those damn words. Pfeiffer.
I'm Bitha.
And I'm tiny, and I wrote those words, and I still don't remember half of them.
And we are Nerded Through the Grapevine, the podcast where three best friends gather weekly to talk about our favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture. And this week we are coming to you with something that I feel might be long past. It's something that we have spoken about previously on the podcast, and we ourselves have been around for a lot longer than what I feel like we should have been around at this point. We've been doing this.
Hold on. Are you saying we should be dead by now?
I'm just talking about
I'm only 37. I'm
Okay.
not ready to die.
Well, I'm not talking about us perishing, but I'm talking about there was a thing that was on that I used to watch. There was a YouTube series forever called Superpower Beatdown,
Oh, yeah. It was so good.
and it was. I don't think it exists anymore. I think
it does not.
I don't think Bat in the Sun does it anymore because
Bat in the Sun doesn't do anything anymore, but their channel is archived, so you can still find most of their videos and enjoy them.
Well, that's comforting to know because I have not. Yeah. Let me
I
get.
found it very easily today on YouTube. So
Yeah, just type in Superhero Beatdown.
Oh no, I'm on it. I was just trying to figure out which one I
Superpower.
wanted to click into.
Superpower. Yeah, I always want to call it superhero because there's more than just superheroes. There's Darth Vader and the Green Power Ranger.
I saw that, and that's why I was
Yeah.
like, wait, I
Yeah.
thought it was supposed to be heroes, so that's all I came
Yeah,
with.
and they can't really. I don't know.
Hold on, though. Hold on. I had a moment because I watched a few of them today, too. And they even had Jason David Frank in there as his role as the White and the Green Power Ranger. And your boy got a little teary.
Yeah,
Rest in power, Jason.
That sucks. That really
Yeah.
sucks.
But it was still it was almost like a I don't know, not a surprise again, because the first time you see it, it was a surprise. Oh my God, they actually got JDF.
Well, the first time he appeared was whenever he appeared in the White Ranger versus Scorpion.
Yep.
And then they did the Green Ranger versus Ryu from Street Fighter, and they did alternate endings for the Street Fighters for the victory / what was going on at the end of it.
Yeah.
One of them actually had Adam, played by Johnny Young Bosch, come back as the Black Ranger as well.
Oh, okay.
In one of the alternates. So like the Green Ranger was defeated, and then the next person that challenged was a souped up Black Ranger played by Johnny Young Bosch. So the guy that played Adam, the second Black
Yeah.
Ranger.
I'm just trying to remember that. I didn't watch that one.
I've watched a lot of Superpower Beatdown, and
Well,
I forgot all
I
about.
haven't watched that one in a long time. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what it is about my brain that if it's useless and it is not going to be anything that needs to be remembered,
Hey,
it
they're
gets
not useless. We had so many facts last week that are useful in, albeit niche situations, but many situations.
Hey, you need to know how many people in a certain country are conceived on IKEA furniture.
Exactly. And you need to know how many milliliters of fluid you can put in your rectum.
Yeah.
Damn near killed them.
I definitely laughed out loud while listening last week.
I think last week was pretty funny. I enjoyed doing the facts
Mhm.
because I mean I also realized too that I had grabbed a book to read from that, but I grabbed the wrong one because I have two books and I've got like facts. And I grabbed a book last week and I forgot it was even in here.
Farty facts.
It's the big book, the fantastic flatulent fart brothers big book of farty facts.
Yeah, I saw it last
Oh
week
my
when we were
And I've
doing the audio part.
that is insane that I had a fact book on farts sitting right next to me the whole time.
Like, it was
You
on,
could
it
make
was
a-
on doc.
Make a whole episode out of that.
I might have to.
I love you. You haven't had a whole fart episode yet, have you?
Yes, we did
You
because
talked about it.
Well, not a
but
whole one, but it went into like poop stories and stuff.
It did. It delved real deep into that. Yeah, the last video it looks like they released on here was a Batman one called "Dying Is Easy." It's got 12 million views on it, and it's 3 years ago, and it's Bat in the Sun. That's the
Yeah, yeah.
production company. So it looks like 3 years ago. I mean, they still have 2.61 million subscribers on here.
Yep.
So, and let's see how many the views that like Jason David Frank's.
Oh, I'm sure they skyrocketed during the time of his death.
Well, I'd give him another one right now, but I'm biddy. So let's see. That's My Morphin Life. Superpower Beatdown. He also had an entire series on there called My Morphin Life.
Yeah, he in one of those videos set the world record for breaking the most boards in free fall.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't remember how many it was, but it was an impressive amount considering you're plummeting towards the earth at 1 billion miles an hour.
Yeah.
1 billion? That's a
I don't
lot.
know.
Well, however, math.
I don't know the number of seconds per second that a human falls.
Oh man, I
used to know.
I just heard it on it has 13 million views. The Green Ranger versus Ryu does.
As it should.
That's a good number of views. I'm glad that.
Well, what about the White Ranger though?
16 million.
Nice.
Respect. Met him at a convention just one time. We've got a buddy we went to high school with that actually was really close to him and was super upset by his death. So
Yeah.
Justin Blomgren actually
Oh.
ended up
Yeah.
Yep.
being friends.
Oh, yep.
So,
Remember that. Isn't his birthday today or something?
I don't know. I don't keep up.
I don't
with that.
know.
Haven't been on the Facebooks.
I was looking. Never mind.
So,
Anyway.
I came up with a list because I like lists and lists help me. I've just got a few heroes / things on here because they're not all heroes because not all heroes are the only
Exactly.
characters that-
Our thought was to take two different superpowered beings from different universes, different timelines, different everything, and to see who we think would win and why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of got that. I listed a few that I thought would be interesting. So
Okay, well, I've got a master list of a few over here. So just whoever you would like to go up against somebody, pick the person first who we're gonna be championing here for our first character?
Well, I mean, I had a first matchup in mind, but
Well, who's your main one you want to focus in that first matchup? Because I didn't do pairs. I just did specific
we'll
ones
see.
to have like, okay, I picked this one to
well,
go
I've
in.
got one
Like
pair that
Pokemon.
I need together in one. That's the only thing that's kind of holding me back.
Okay, so you only brought that one?
No, there's others, but that one definitely needs to be discussed though.
How about Superman? You want to just start?
There you
from-
go. She said Superman. That was
'cause I've
one
got
of them.
multiple Superman versus
I
people
was
on
going to
here.
say Sentry. Superman versus Sentry.
I actually I had it down between two that I was going to pick. It was either Sentry, and it was the opposite one that I went with. It was Hyperion.
Nice. That's another good one.
Because Sentry power-wise, Hyperion power-wise, they're very Superman copy-esque. But does the cosmic rating of their powers? I know, but I'm just saying, does the cosmic nature of their powers actually go along and align with what Superman's vulnerability / invulnerability is going to be?
They are both considered beyond Omega level
Correct.
as far as powers go.
Yes.
I would venture to say that Sentry is more powerful and also more cool than the Superman.
Because I think Omega level means planetary threat, and then above that, you've got Celestial. I think the Celestial powers are more so.
In the newest canon, Omega is basically planetary level. Over Omega is basically everything. Like, you could be a threat to literally existence itself.
Okay, so a cosmic threat.
Yes.
So you've got Omega levels like earthly, and then cosmic being like Scarlet Witch, who can affect the fabric of all realities.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I was thinking like Ego.
Ego would be another one, but he's a Celestial, so that's why I was thinking like Celestials are above that. Like I can just affect one planet kind of thing.
Exactly. I would say he's more of like the Omega level, where Galactus is more
cosmic.
Yeah, cosmic, like can affect the literal existence of everything
I
that
don't
exists
know who
itself.
that is. I'm not
The
as
Eater
nerdy
of
as he
Worlds.
is.
Galactus is from the Fantastic Four Silver Surfer folk. It's that era and age of Marvel, and he is a planetary eater. He looks almost like what the Sentinels look like in X-Men, except he's got a big old head that has like this on top of it. Like, see what my hands are doing? These two things? Literally, it's the same color as like a Sentinel's helmet, but with two spikes that go up like this.
Okay.
Galactus.
Yeah, and he's literally large enough that he could just like in one bite just swallow the planet.
Yeah, he's a planet eater.
That's
He consumes
Aggressive.
all the power and force and everything of the planet, and he has to go through multiple galaxies to stay alive. He never stops. He's like a shark swimming to breathe. Galactus is eating planets to survive.
Yes.
oh.
Yeah, I mean he's also a power hungry, like insane.
Oh yeah.
But he's regardless. Okay, so Superman.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take Superman as the beginner. You know, we could do it. I bet Superman would be confident enough to like tag team between Sentry and Hyperion. Like, I'll take you both on.
He would die.
Do you think he would die?
He would literally die because Sentry has the power of 1,000 exploding suns. Okay, and his powers, he can manipulate things down to the molecular level. Like literally, he got in a fight with Atom Boy, and he went in there and literally took control of his entire being by manipulating what the atoms in his body were doing, and he was literally powerless to stop it.
That's true.
Ooh.
That's true. Now, Superman has dealt with threats like that before.
I mean, he has. He has dealt with Batman.
Now, God, I fucking hate.
I wasn't gonna call that matchup because we already know the answer to that one. Superman dies.
wins.
He literally gets killed by Batman.
But I don't
Bat in the
understand that.
Sun,
That doesn't make sense.
Bat in the Sun even has
Most
had to do
powerful
alternate
superhero.
versions of those endings just to make sure nobody hated.
Batman is beyond what's even beyond Omega. I don't know if that is like Zeta or Delta or whatever. I'm not Egyptian. I don't know, but he's past it.
Batman is. Can I just? I brought one character just to talk about real quick, and I wanted to walk along side by side with you to let you know how close Batman is to him. Think of Alfred Pennyworth.
Yeah.
And how he's always Batman's companion.
Yes.
There is a being within the DC universe that is referred to as the Presence, Have you ever
Okay.
heard of or talked about or had anybody say, talk about the presence or hear of the presence?
I have not.
The presence is unequivocally the most powerful entity in the entirety of the DC universe. The presence is the divine creator of all things and the comic book franchise's equivalent to the Abrahamic interpretation of God himself.
So basically, he's a small step above Batman.
No.
Yes, that's what I'm hearing.
No.
That's literally what you're saying. To
No,
me
even
right now.
even Batman would have to adhere to this one. But
Yes, that's what I said, but barely. He would give a nod of the cowl.
do you know what the characteristics describing the look of the presence are? How would you describe the comic book presence? Like, not knowing what he looks like, what is he dressed like?
I would imagine like some red wrapping paper, maybe a gold bow, some green accents.
You are so
That means correct. Thank you.
yes, sure. you- they're howling at the woodlines, Tiny.
Presence.
I know. He is
Are you saying like SENCE, not ENTS?
yes.
Oh, you should have said it correctly. Then go ahead.
Yeah. Ablum.
I'm still not convinced that y'all don't say it incorrectly.
Ablum.
Album, yeah.
I'm not gonna get involved in that argument.
I can't help it that the
Betha, what do you think the presence
Hadron
would be?
Collider went off.
What do you think that the presence would look like if you were to think of like a comic book depiction of something like this? What do you think the presence would look like?
Well, I'm gonna think it looks like just a misty ghost with some eyeballs.
Amusingly, where so many other heroes, villains, and gargantuan cosmic beings have flashy outfits and intricate suits of armor, the presence simply wears a suit, a neat mustache, and a bowler hat.
Yeah, I could get that.
Huh.
He doesn't need to be flashy.
So kind of like Mr. Knight.
And I was because if you wanted to pit two like cosmic forces that describe themselves as the creation of all, that are just there that can't be touched, there are two with your DC, at least within the main two, like your DC Marvel.
So apparently the Presence and then Batman.
The presence, who's above everything.
Yeah.
I think Batman walks hand in hand with the presence, and the presence is actually just Alfred.
I can go along with that. I can agree with it. It sounds right.
Who do you think God's chosen one is? The guy that dies and miscellaneously goes back to dinosaur times and then fights his way to the future?
Exactly. It sounds right.
Yeah, he would God.
Yeah.
The whole time. Whatever.
I literally cannot argue with your logic right now.
The one in Marvel that is actually their creator being like that is called, and he like, there are characters within Marvel that rank themselves in their own hierarchy in their head as the strongest thing in existence. Like Thanos, Thanos wants that, but he knows he's not that.
Yeah.
Because he's actually in love with one of the beings that is close to that, Lady Death. So he wants to like.
Thanos was in love with Lady Death?
Mm-hmm. In the comic books, Thanos actually, one of his reasonings behind wanting to wipe out half of existence was so Death would notice him.
But
It makes him a whole lot harder to agree with
Yeah,
whenever
but-
you think about it as far as like he wanted to impress Lady Death.
Well, not only
with-
did Lady Death, like Lady Death was boinking Deadpool. Like, you're wanting to impress another man's lady.
Just because he simultaneously exists in all realities at once and there's no explanation to it, and he just won't die. She can't kill him. She doesn't understand it. And even if she could kill him, that means she'd have to rewrite what death means. Sorry, you're getting into some deep nerds right now.
Yeah, I am not a comic book nerd. I am a watch lots of
Yeah,
movies.
let's circle back to the actual
Well-
topic at hand. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, well,
like Superman versus Sentinel. Sentinel would win. He would go in, move molecules around, maybe dissolve soups into like some kind of soup.
I think that it might be a lot harder than you'd think because the guy in the
cream of celery or something.
the guy in the Big Five that was actually up against Superman had the ability to manipulate atoms down to their structure. I mean, and he would get in and be able to perform finite surgeries on people's brains to the point to where they would think different thoughts and do different actions and stuff. And he was even able to affect Superman that way. But Superman was actually able to learn how to tolerate it and to block past it, and he
We'll see.
flexed through it, basically.
Here's the thing, though. The way this Sentry's powers operate, because he's also basically immortal, he cannot age, he cannot die, is that his molecular structure is moving a second ahead of everyone else's. So he's literally a second ahead of anything you do. So by the time you thought about, hey, I'm going to just ignore this, he's already moved past that and figured out he's not going to ignore this because I'm going to switch to this.
I don't know. It would be so difficult because you know that even at the very end of it all, you know, even when he's got the chance to like deliver like a killing blow to Superman, there's always that chance that the fist is going to come down to nothing but just a batarang sticking into his wrist and exploding, and now he's Superman's saved.
Well, see, also, Sentry is also split with the Void because his arch nemesis is the Void, which is a part of his own consciousness. And the Void has seized control of Sentry a couple of times. That was why he exploded the device on top of the Avengers Tower, wiping everyone's memory of his existence, including his own.
That's a neat little fun fact from a comic book.
Yeah.
Which comic book was that?
I don't remember because at the beginning of his run of he's at Raft because he thinks that he killed his wife.
Damn. Well, I mean, honestly, I don't want to root for Superman because I do love Superman, but I feel like, of the OP folks that get OP just for the sake of being OP, he's pretty OP.
Yeah.
And to see somebody with a more creative use of powers be able to do something to Superman in order to defeat him in a fight would be worth seeing. It would be worth, having the display of. The only thing that I would find pretty cool about Superman winning, though, was, well, then how would you overcome that adversity that's happening, or would you be able to? So that's always the cool part about the Superman stuff, is because you never really know how he's going to overcome stuff. It almost seems like he's flexing out of it, but it's like him having finite control over the molecules of his body, because it's in certain Superman comic iterations, he's actually been able to use his sight to be able to see down into the microscopic universes, and to be able to affect the molecules of those universes by vibrating his atoms and molecules certain ways. So, there's really no telling. Silver Age Superman shouldn't count for anything. He could sneeze and rearrange solar systems.
Well, see, I hadn't heard that part. I'm not saying that you're, not telling the truth. I just hadn't heard of that.
The one problem with Superman is that depending on what age of Superman you're talking about, what powers he possesses and
he's
how
also
strong.
allergic to shiny rocks.
In certain iterations, he is.
No, in all iterations, he's allergic to shiny rocks. One of them is green. Pink makes him do other things. The yellow makes him do something different.
There is a arc of comic books that focus on a powered Superman that has absorbed so much solar radiation he cannot be affected by kryptonite anymore. That was Kingdom Come. Now, Kingdom Come is the book of Revelations taking place in the DC universe.
Yeah.
And except it's not of the way that they thought it was going to be, because the Spectre, who is basically God's wrath in that universe, decides to come and try to guide this minister, this reverend guy, through everything that's happening and seeing if there was a way that a human could empathize with what the superhumans are going through back and forth. Anyway, Superman's strong enough in that like they bring kryptonite around him and they're expecting him to just like cower, and he like crushes it in his hand.
Well, I'm willing to say that these two heroes could be a draw, because there is a lot of crossover. I just personally like Sentry better, so that's why I want him to win.
I think
honestly,
I think I would be satisfied with a draw, just because, like, to the point of like somebody's going to have to die. Sentry would probably be the one that'd be able to make that choice a whole lot quicker.
Oh yeah, like he killed the Hulk, just like.
Yeah, so I don't think I think Superman's weakness would be his hesitation.
Yeah,
I think he would, because he has that overwhelming sense of hope, like everything's going to be all right. Look for the good in everything, but not realizing just like how quickly it could all be done.
Right.
That would I think Sentry would probably win if that came down to it. Now I'm sad a little bit. I didn't realize I'd be sad.
Well, it's not to be sad. Like,
I'm sad.
Like it's happening.
I just watched Superman get beat. Now I'm sad.
Well,
Now he'll whistle for crypto.
uh,
Home.
Somebody else just adopts them. It's fine. Adopt, don't shop.
Supergirl. He just goes to the
Yeah.
family or something.
Well, she's hot.
You know, Collider.com ranks Supergirl as more powerful than Superman.
Yeah, I saw that when I was Googling today. I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Well, I mean, she can birth a child, so I can give her that. I give her that edge.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that is true.
Yeah, the female body goes through a lot. I don't want that.
I don't want that.
Think about the Kryptonian body.
Nah,
Be even worse.
nah. I don't want to think about that.
Would you like another Superman versus?
That kind of hurt my ears.
Oh no, sorry, I just broke my arm trying to help deliver the baby.
Oh.
Let me see here. I'll put one out, and you guys pick somebody to fight off against him.
Okay.
This one is going to be from the DC universe. And oh man, there's two. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Just pick one. You can throw out the other one another time.
Dr. Manhattan.
From Watchmen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, is that the? Is it
The blue one. The big blue
I was
glowy
just
one.
gonna say I was gonna describe him differently, but yeah, we can go with that.
The
Yeah.
one that, yeah. The one that you see is Winker.
Yeah. The whole, like 3/4 of the movies.
I was not prepared for
You,
that.
you only saw it one time.
No,
No.
no, you did not.
He wore a Speedo in a lot of it. But you do see his wanker.
You sing his hanging down Tom Dooley way too
Yeah,
often.
yeah, it's like there's a Jimmy Jack Johnson.
Listen, I was not prepared. I was young. When did that come out? We were like what?
I think it was like,
seniors
we
or
were in
right,
high
like
school,
first
yeah.
year of. Yeah, I was too young.
yeah,
And I was not prepared.
I think it came out in like 2009. I don't think. It was that.
It was.
Maybe. I don't know.
I
It
remember
might
I
have been
saw it
early.
with
It
my
was
ex.
around high school.
So it was
time.
between 07 and 2010.
I think it was pre-Iron Man.
Maybe.
I'd have to Google it. I don't want to Google things.
Too much,
Anyway,
too much
so-
wiener. For,
Okay, just
It was too. Any amount of wiener in that movie was too much.
it wasn't just wiener. It was blue wiener, and it
No.
was like at one point it was giant blue wiener.
Yeah.
That was enough with blue wiener.
Yeah.
So run down Dr. Manhattan.
Glow sticks.
In case people don't know who Dr. Manhattan is, Dr. Manhattan is from the Watchmen series, which is a tie-in series to the DC Comics. Let's see. Following a botched particle test that was believed to
During
have
the Cold War.
during the Cold War. Actually, no, it wasn't the Cold War. It was well, if you watch the
The movie.
movie, it was during the Cold War,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah, because they were worried about Russia.
Yeah, they were. It was like a nuclear style experiment.
Yep. Basically, it rearranges his particles to the subatomic level, and rearranges them, and he slowly pulls himself back together from the subatomic level back into standard, like everything's back together for him.
Yeah, like he first,
one piece at a time.
like he first reappeared as a floating nervous system.
So he exists in a quantum reality, meaning that he can, as he's looking, he can see the past, the present, and future all happening at the
Yeah,
same time.
Basically, for the D&D nerds, he's in the ethereal plane with extra stuff.
And he can be everywhere all the time because he just decides at one point, he's like, I'm going to Mars.
And his
Oh,
finger
he's
tastes
God.
like licking a battery. Kind of. He's got very godlike powers.
Very godlike powers.
Well, have you never seen the movie?
I just told you I've seen what yes I saw.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you did say that.
Way
Well,
too
like,
much.
remember when he went to Mars and he's doing this whole just woe is me contemplation? He was dealing with the fact that he was essentially a god, but he couldn't get the one thing he wanted, which was this one particular lady.
Silver Spectre.
And then he just kind of went like, you know what? I don't care. I can be sufficient in myself because I am all powerful. It was a very sucking his own dick kind of moment.
It was Silk
could have.
Spectre.
Silk Spectre.
Yes.
Her mother was Silver Spectre.
I think it might have been, or she might have been the first Silk Spectre, and she might have inherited the
Something like
mantle or
that.
something like
I
that. So it was
mean-
Owlman that inherited Owlman.
Yes, like my foot tattoos from the comedian.
Yeah,
Interestingly enough.
the comedian at the point in Watchmen to where
He was sad. It was such
when he kills that woman,
beautiful vision of a tragic existence of a hero.
when he guns down the woman in Vietnam, and he's having that heart to heart with Manhattan and talking about like you're not human anymore, because if you were human you would have empathy and you would have been able to change that bullet into a butterfly.
Yeah, well, I mean, because Manhattan was like, why did you just do that? Because the lady runs in and says, I've got your baby. He pulls out his piece and does the thing. And he was like, you don't care. You don't care about any of us. He's like, you have all this power. You could have turned my gun to steam and the bullets to snowflake.
Yep.
But you let her die. Her death is just as much your fault as it is mine. The only difference is I know I'm a piece of shit.
Yep.
That's messed up.
So who would
It's
you
very tragic.
So who would be able to fight against Dr. Manhattan?
That's going to be a tough one because it's like you want somebody of the same power level.
Yeah.
You know, or roughly thereabouts. Because what would be... I mean, we could just go the easy route and say Batman because clearly he would win.
But
But
how
we don't
would
want to just
Batman
keep
win?
bringing that back.
How would Batman win?
We've talked about Batman enough. We're talking about other heroes right now.
Okay, I just wanted to know.
He would, but we all know that.
I bet it would be fun.
Deadpool.
I mean, okay.
Now, think about it. Think
Yeah.
about it.
Because my initial knee-jerk reaction was, nah, he'd die. But then I went, wait.
Deadpool can't die unless you put
Well,
a mutant.
I mean, yeah, because he
Thingy on
can
him.
literally just regenerate.
Even down to like I think down to subatomic particle he can regenerate.
Yeah, I don't think it was ever stated how from what he could come back from.
I think
I
like
looked
how
it up.
small. You did? Okay, cool,
It
awesome.
said he can regenerate from everything. It's just the only way to defeat him would be to put one of those mutant dampering collars on him, because then the cancer would eat him.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So he would die from natural
Yeah.
causes.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll see then.
because I was curious. I was like, wait,
Because-
how do you kill Deadpool?
Because the
Yeah, I mean,
secret
that's
about
a valid
Deadpool is
question.
he's always dead.
Yeah,
Like
pretty much.
Like that's the main thing. So I think that would be the best. That would be, oh my God, no, Deadpool wins.
Yes.
Well, no,
yes.
well, hold on. Here's the thing, though. With the powers that Dr. Manhattan has, it's like I would want Deadpool to win. Let me just you give me your answer first. We'll circle back to mine.
If Deadpool is the Deadpool that exists on the cosmic plane himself, the ethereal plane himself, existing in all realities as one at one time, that explains his little sidebars and his quips and his schizos and everything that he has going on.
Well, he
He's-
did have the time travel device from Cage. He did
So-
get a hold of that.
So what I'm thinking is Deadpool. Okay, you saw Doctor Strange. You watched that movie, right?
The first one, yes.
Okay, Doctor Strange with his battle with Dormammu. He did not win because he overpowered him. There was no way for him to
He annoyed him to death.
What do you think Deadpool could do with Dr. Manhattan?
Annoy him to death.
I think Deadpool would be able to annoy him to death. And I think Deadpool has been alive long enough at this point within the comics that Deadpool will then, at that point, be able to seek Dr. Manhattan at different points in time
Okay,
and annoy him with the same joke for all time.
so basically, he would annoy him to
knock,
the point
sir.
that he kills himself. Because the only way that Manhattan could win is he would have to figure out, because he's not all-knowing, he still has to science things.
Yes.
Because if he was all-knowing, he would have known not to do the weird foursome thing.
Yes.
So he would have to figure out how to recreate that dampening technology with or without the collar and then implement that.
Yes.
So it depends how long that process would be to figure it out. So, I mean, there is a really good chance that Deadpool could just annoy the fuck out of him.
And at that point, too, though, that's how maybe you could end up with Headpool. Because what if that dampening collar just actually dampened from the neck down and didn't work the way that they thought it was supposed
that's
to?
true.
And now you've got little helicopter head rolling around everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you can't beat it.
Yeah.
Like, he goes from this Deadpool to this Deadpool because you did this to him, and that one can't survive anymore, but this one's got to survive for the sake of the canon, so here he is. Like,
Yeah.
so basically he'd be showing up probably at the same... Okay, I've got another comic book that I can reference for this because this would probably make Dr. Manhattan want to unalive himself just to stop his own suffering. Not Darkseid, but Thanos. I read a comic book today. I don't know. I was looking up here like villains and heroes and powers, and I was like, okay, because Thanos has been talked about a lot because he was a mainline Marvel villain. Okay, people know of Thanos. Do people know that Thanos actually made it his life's mission to annoy a man to the point that the man wanted to kill himself, but then Thanos wouldn't let him?
What?
No.
Every year I believe the man's name was David. I could be wrong, but every year on David's birthday, Thanos would visit him and wreak havoc upon him at one way or another. And Thanos had decided this because he had the Infinity Gauntlet and he was in touch with all time and space. And he found David out of all in time and space on Earth, starting at David's birth. He showed up for David's day of his birth and stole his blanket. He's like, okay, this will be fine. Thanos got a little bit busy, forgot to come back. He came back at 5 years old. And he's like, well, I've missed some years. So he killed his dad.
What?
That's quite a ramp up.
This is a real comic?
And then Thanos waited a few more years, and he said, "Well, it's been a little bit. You know, I owe you some stuff." So he like completely wiped away every person that ever knew him. And then he came back the next year, and he started doing like minor stuff, building up, and then finally there's a gap, and this guy was like in his apartment, like dying from starvation, worried that he was going to show up any time, and he was about to kill himself. And then Thanos pops through the door. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" "No, you can't do that. No, that's not the way that you need to go about this." And gives him like a pep talk. And then he's like, "I'll see you again next year." Snaps his fingers and floods the entire apartment complex he's in, drowning half the people in it.
It's like, I'm going to kill everybody else, but not you, and you're not allowed to do it either.
And
What the fuck?
so I would imagine it would be that same thing with Deadpool, except Deadpool would show up and say, "You know what? I was thinking about this the other day, and it really reminded me of you because of how smooth everything is, and you like to
the
discipline.
other day.
You like how smooth everything is here, so I'm just going to let you know how smooth everything was for me for one time, though, because whenever I was a child, I really didn't like beards, not a bit. But as I got older, it grew on me.
Yeah.
Just showing up.
Yeah, I don't know why you hate that as much as you do.
Just showing up year after year. You don't even know when it's going to be. So you think Deadpool's going to stick to a schedule? It's not even.
Oh
year
no,
after
it's
year.
going to be random.
Like sometimes he might show up like maybe this one
Well,
time.
look, I assume that he'll have some kind of schedule, but you will not be able to decipher it. Like
It's his schedule.
Like the first time is going to be after the 7th poop from the time I kicked him in the nuts,
Yeah,
and then we're going to wait 37 days and 4 seconds.
yeah, because it's Deadpool logic. So
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't remember what comic book that was from for the Thanos thing, but I'll look it up here in a little bit when we get into the After Dark, just so I can show you guys, because it was like, wait, what? He's not just a cosmic threat; he's a local nuisance.
I need to read
I feel
comics.
like somebody's told me about that before you today. It might have actually been Bucher.
I wouldn't doubt it. That seems like a really beautiful.
That would be a Bucher thing.
Okay, so if we're going Dr. Manhattan versus Deadpool, we're gonna. You think we could all be in agreement?
Yeah,
on?
I'm pretty sure we're all in agreement
Deadpool.
on that.
I think Deadpool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Woo.
Through sake of annoyance.
Well, with the caveat of how long it takes Dr. Manhattan to figure out the mutant dampening technology / power.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether or not he just gives up
Yes.
Because
and unalives himself.
Yes. Because of that, yeah.
yeah, and it's not even that he unalives himself; he just thinks himself out of existence.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the only way that we can stop this? What's the only way that I can stop this? I already did this. I already did this. I already did
Just
this.
not exist.
You know what?
Okay.
I'm over this.
Yeah.
Don't you wish that's how we all could go? Just be like, yep, I'm done.
Well, just zip it to something else, possibly. But it depends. I mean, I don't have a Deadpool in my life, so
No.
I'm just
Well,
saying when
I-
you're old and ready.
I kind of have a Deadpool in my life, but it's Millie throwing up.
Ew, yeah, that would,
Millie throwing up is my Deadpool.
because you love Deadpool, but
I love Deadpool, but I absolutely I like Millie. Millie doesn't just throw up like say we're operative hours until like midnight, and we've been up since 8 a.m. Operative hours are a long stretch. Come 2:30 a.m. though, that's when vomit happens.
what is she doing that she's vomiting?
No, I don't know. She just throws up sometimes. It doesn't, and you never know when it's going to happen. Like you think, like, oh, she can't have. Well, let's not feed her these dental treats. Too late at night. Okay, we don't. So you just don't, and then nothing happens, and then all of a sudden you're not paying attention, and you can't recall. Like, did she eat anything different today? Did she get a snack out of the floor we didn't see? I don't know. She just threw up in the floor though, because it would not even be the full throw up though. That would be my Deadpool. It'd be just that noise, and you know the noise, Tiny.
The gagging sound,
It.
Yep.
It.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, my dog doesn't do that. She goes, and then it just sounds like you poured water in the floor.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I've
Or
heard that.
or the
It's-
solidy sound.
Millie sounds like those old cow tins you used to flip upside down, and they'd make that little.
I will say I'm impressed that she doesn't gag before she pukes. She just a one, and there it is.
That is impressive, and I would have I almost appreciate Millie's alarm though, because then I know, like, I'm
Yeah.
awake and
You- you
alert.
have- and you have
You're
a
like,
chance
well-
to move her somewhere.
I don't have to. She goes directly to the hardwood.
Yeah, see, Nola
girl.
goes. She looks at me and she gets kind of scared, and I'm like, I've learned the look, and I'm like, oh no, and then she runs underneath my desk, and I'm like, literally the worst spot because I have to crawl into the floor underneath the desk to clean it.
Yeah, no, Millie just pops off into the hardwood somewhere because ever since she was a puppy, anytime she felt like she was throwing up, we just take her to the hardwood. And so now, even if she feels like a throw up's on the way, she hops and goes. She's only done it one time where she didn't like go somewhere for her throw up, and that's because it surprised her awake because we didn't even know.
I've been there.
We just I woke up
Wake up,
with the
bleh.
sound of a firecracker going off in my bedroom, but it wasn't a firecracker. My dog just went.
Hold on. Okay, since we're telling weird dog stories, I've finally learned why my dog does this weird thing.
Licks your head.
No, that one is still a mystery. But after having this dog for 5 years, I finally figured it out. So a lot of times if I'm sitting there I have a recliner at my desk where my computer is. It's big enough to accommodate me and her, so she's happy. She can be up there with Dad and I can pet her. Well, anyway, so if I get into a game, I kind of sit closer to the edge of my chair. I just kind of do that anyway. You can tell when you look at the cushion of my chair. And so there's a space behind me. So she would run behind me and then like lick my elbow and almost act like she's trying to grab something. And I'm like, why does she do this? Because I'll be sitting there, I'll have my headset on, with the gamer cock. Because, what if somebody goes to kick in my door? I don't know. So she'll do that for like an hour and a half. And I'm like, maybe it's just for attention. So I'll talk to her and I'll pet her. And then she goes back to doing it. So I got a new microphone before all the car trouble. Hooked it up to the computer, and it's got all these noise suppression features in this program. So I don't have to wear a headset anymore, and I can talk, and the other people's voices can come through my speakers and not echo. Okay, so I'm sitting there, headphoneless, like this, just chilling, and she starts doing that, and I hear my dog charging up with static. And we'll see, the thing is, at my last place of employment, I've been shocked so many times by static that unless it's bad, I cannot feel it. So she charges up with static on me in the chair, and then she touches her nose to my elbow, licks, and tries to get the static. And she'll do that for an hour and a half, at least once a day.
Oh my!
And I'm like, why? And it's like, it's an aggressive charging up sound because it's like...
That's awesome.
You have a
Yeah.
toddler.
Yeah, and I'm like,
a
what
dog
are you
form."
doing?
Yeah, because I used to do the same thing as a kid to my mom, except I would go and collect the static from
You
the.
would lick her elbow and try to bite the static?
No, but I would still like to shock her for amusement because my mother hates being shocked, especially by static. So I would like.
Oh, Dan.
Shut up!
Oh, Stan?
That's her damn voice. So I would.
Stan.
I would scoop my feet on, like with my socks on the carpet and swipe my hand across our 1990s television at the same time. I'd reach across to grab her,
Supercharge.
like while she's sitting in the chair from the TV. And sometimes, one time at least, I remember that I got a visible spark. And I got in trouble.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I got in trouble.
Yeah, you should have been.
No, Austin. No, I'll tell you right now. You're going to end up hurting your mom like that. Now, Fuzzy, you go ahead and tell him what he did so he doesn't do it no more. No, Austin, I'll tell you right now. You hurt your mom's feelings real bad.
Why does your dad sound like Elvis?
I don't know. You ever hear him on a microphone on stage? How's he talking? to the
Multiple
crowd?
times.
Hey, everybody, how you doing out there?
Yeah,
That's
you're right.
true.
He is. He's
The fuzz.
he is of the Elvis variety. Okay. Do you have any more heroes / people that you would like to see throw down in a beatdown?
Gandalf.
Oh.
That was a good one on beatdown.
Yep.
Gandalf.
Oh, he was on there?
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, it's one of their older ones.
Okay, pass on that one. We'll
I
go to a
have
different
go
one.
watch all of these.
Oh,
with my
Superpower
friend.
Beatdown is the shit. If you've
Yeah.
never, I would recommend everybody, in case you haven't listened to our episode we did about Superpower Beatdown. You don't have to if you don't want to, but at least go look up Superpower Beatdown on YouTube. Give them a few more views and followers and subscribers, because I mean, I loved them for a long time. I've neglected to look into them in a long time. I mean, especially since their stuff that they were doing so closely with Jason David Frank later on in his career, like they were doing an entire production with the Legend of the White Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if we'll ever end up seeing that movie.
Supposedly, they're still working it. They filmed all of his parts, but since he's passed, a lot of the funding has been gone, sadly. And there was some crowdsourcing. It may not happen.
Sucky.
Which gives me some Discord. There's a link in the description. Click on it. I'll put a QR code right here.
Did you actually put the QR code there?
I did this time. It's going to full screen
Oh.
right now.
I thought Black Flag Podcast Productions would do it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm going to instruct them.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. So, anyway, get on there. We can swap some memes. You can follow along with the books I'm reading. Bith is there. We're all there. You just got to talk to us. It's great. Get us some more subscribers, too. We're on there. How are we on there, Bitha?
Irrevocably uncircumcised.
No.
I can't say it.
There's a whole wind up. You got to get
It's
the
a
wind.
happy, slappy, fun time.
No, you got
I
to
know
get
that
the
one.
wind up. You got to wind up before the pitch.
Oh,
Yeah, we're on there live.
live, uncut, uncensored, and irrevocably circumcised.
There we go.
So, I see.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
say it if I
Yeah, if you
start
start at the
right.
right spot, I'll put
Sorry.
you on the
You
spot.
gotta
My bad.
you gotta have the
Yeah.
wind up, otherwise the punch don't hit as hard.
Yep.
But what about the ladies in the group?
Well, I mean,
All four of
they're
you, we
uncircumcised.
apologize.
They're completely irrevocably uncircumcised.
You have to be, unless
We're
you
not about that.
I would hope so.
unless you
Exactly.
have had a horrible thing happen to you.
In which case, you're beautiful too, and we still love you.
Should have never happened.
Exactly.
Anyways, superheroes and stuff.
But we're also on YouTube.
Well,
Oh.
that's what.
Yeah,
That's
if
how you
you're
would
if
see
you're
the
not
video.
listening, follow us on there. Share, subscribe.
We're working on this video stuff.
Yeah.
We're trying.
Yeah, hopefully this one looks better than the last one.
We're trying.
We're trying. We're
See, look,
we're
there's
making
Bitha.
steps. There's Bitha.
Look at her.
right
She's
there.
framed between the grapes.
Yeah.
Okay, one more. We've got time for one more beatdown. and
We
you
want more mundane ones. We don't want to have them all like crazy.
Okay, I
celestial.
have a good suggestion.
Okay.
Adam from the Green Arrow or Arrow,
Okay.
whatever, versus Iron Man.
So techie gadget, shrinky growy
Yeah.
versus techie gadget, shooty fiery fly.
Well, a lot of Adam's abilities are very Iron Man-esque. He just also can shrink and grow.
He can fly.
Yep.
I forget about that. We're talking about the Brandon Routh, the guy that played Superman that was in Arrow and the
Yes,
Legends
I'm
of Tomorrow.
specifically referring to
Leg-
Arrowverse with.
So just
Yeah, I've never
specifically,
seen the other one.
just specifically Legends of Tomorrow style Adam.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Oh, okay. So without the shrinky growy,
He's got-
Well,
did he have it in
does
Arrow?
he? I didn't remember that.
He's
So when
got-
I looked it up, it said that, and I was like, wait,
Yeah,
what?
I don't think he had it in no, he didn't have it in Adam. He just had the Iron Man style abilities in the
No. He
in the
could
show.
shrink. Remember, because wasn't he trapped in the little?
yes,
He was trapped in the box, and when he called Felicity,
yes. He could
It's
shrink.
been a while since
itsy
I've seen
bitsy.
it.
I recently rewatched the entire series.
okay,
with
so we had it.
Marcy,
Okay,
so
cool.
shout out to Marcy, my roommate.
Yeah. What's up?
She
Thanks
gave me
for
these
listening.
ideas.
Saw, dude.
Sadu.
We out here though.
Cash me outside. How about that?
I hate that every time I hear it.
I hate it too.
How about that?
Did you catch me outside? How about
Cash me
that?
outside. How about that?
Has anybody just slugged her in the face?
Probably.
Unfortunately, so probably before she even needed it though.
Anyway, Adam versus Iron Man.
Yeah.
Honestly though, that would be a pretty quick one to most likely go to
Yeah,
Adam.
Adam.
Because if you think about now, Adam's suit is not as advanced as Iron Man's suit.
You don't have to be if
Yeah.
you go inside of Iron Man and then go full size.
Whoa,
It literally
did he
crushes
get
insides to
permission
his
first?
outsides. He did not. This is a fight. You don't get permissions in fights.
That's true. Just like the classic Ant-Man. Why didn't Ant-Man just go microscopic, get inside Thanos' butt, and then go full size?
Exactly. It's that.
Like that's literally
That's literally all he would have to do.
that is literally an argument
Well,
over
they're not
why.
going to show that on the TV.
Well, I understand, but that is such like people talk
mean,
about that. Like people
Look, in
literally
the boys,
talk about it.
they put a butt bomb inside of the deep, not the deep, the invisible
Translucent. Your name doesn't even mean invisible.
Huh?
The show is called The Boys. It's a
Oh, yes. I've heard of it. I just have not
it's
watched
a
it yet.
subversion
Okay.
of superheroes. It's
You
like
should. It's
It's on the
it's
list.
a thing.
there are benevolent superheroes in
It
it.
is a ride,
There are
yeah.
good superheroes in it. There's also some real pieces of shit.
I've
So-
heard that.
So, but one of these pieces of shit, named Translucent, who's invisible and has impenetrable skin, who's invulnerable, kind of that kind of
Yeah, it's kind of like it becomes some kind of diamondy thing.
Yeah, because that's what
Because-
it
well,
reflects
they called
the
him
light.
translucent because he doesn't really go invisible. He just reflects so
Like a
advanced
chameleon.
that it's like he's invisible.
Yeah, he blends in to the point to where you can't see him, but he's not completely invisible. He's just refracting light. Anyway, they can't. He's got diamond skin. They can't get through him, so they just
Like Edward?
yes. Oh, yes.
Even more so. They literally shot him with a gun a few times and then just kind of whizzed around for a minute.
As if you could outrun me. So you've got this tiny spot of weakness.
Hold on, Spider Monkey,
Yep.
with your quivering thighs.
God, the best version of that is
Spider Monkey.
the best version of that is the country one.
Hold on to me, Spider Monkey. With
I know what
them quivering thighs.
I know what you are. Say it.
I know what. You talking about chicken? No. It was like Chicken and Biscuits. That Colt Ford song.
He's like, I know.
I know what you want. Say it. You want my chicken and biscuits? Lord of mercy, here she comes. Dum, 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 a big duck and a big duck.
No, not at all. I was talking about the one to where they
I
said
like chicken and biscuits.
vamper. They said, I know what you are. Say it. Vamper. Are you skirt? Shoo, no.
Oh, I ain't seen that.
Dana and me would joke about that all the time just because it's stupid as shit.
Maybe that was just something that y'all did.
No, that was real. It's on the YouTubes.
Okay,
or
I'm not
something.
saying you're not. I'm just saying I haven't seen it.
It's, I know what you are. Say it.
Vamper.
Vamper.
Use a vamper.
You scared? Shoo, now.
Shoot.
Shoo, now.
Shoot, no.
They said, so, shoo, now. Okay, so who do we have? God, I
Iron
lost.
Man and Adam.
I think Adam's gonna win. That
Absolutely. We already
sucks.
described how he wins.
Yeah, there's
But
no
if
way
he-
that Iron Man could defend his butthole
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
wouldn't be
What about
thinking.
the suit? How's he going to get in there?
Because he can shrink down to the molecular
Go
level.
between the cracks, yeah,
Oh.
and
And
get
then
right up in that
between the
pussy.
cracks.
the nanotech, the
Literally.
nanotech's only going to seal so far. Nobody's thinking about it. He's like, where did he go? Ah,
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
you know.
okay.
And then there-
Literally.
Well, we have a quick
We'll
answer
rearrange
to
his
that
dates.
one, so can we do another
Yeah.
one?
Yeah. We can do one more.
I have a question.
okay,
Who is Icarus?
Icarus.
Yeah.
Well, he
from
flew too close to the sun.
DC. No. This is apparently this is a suggestion from my friend because he says the comic book Icarus versus Superman
I've never heard of
I don't
because
know.
they have very very similar powers except Icarus.
is magic.
No, I don't know. Icarus
You
can
got a computer in
teleport.
your lap.
I do.
Yeah, just look it up and read to us what he can do. Because I've never heard of this one.
Ikaris.
Hold on, I'll do.
I looked him up, and his powers are literally almost word for word like the same as Superman's, minus the teleportation.
What if we, instead of Superman, because we already did Superman,
Yeah.
what if we did like Moon Knight?
I don't know who that is.
Well, I mean, there was a TV show.
Oh.
Think Deadpool, but cranked to 11, and he's just absolutely just Looney Tunes.
Deadpool's already,
But
cranked
also
to 11.
sad.
Let's see, Icarus.
The
Sad Deadpool?
kind. Yes.
Not funny Deadpool.
Not funny, but
What?
sad. He's got like multiple personality disorder or whatever the term is now.
Wait, is that like that? Is that like that movie series with James?
There
McAvoy?
was a TV show No, not really. Kinda,
The,
but
what
not
is it
really.
called? Break? Or I mean,
Not prison
Glass?
break. Yeah, no, not like that.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
No.
One was Glass, then there was
Split.
Unbreakable, and there was
Yes,
Split.
Split. Okay.
Yeah, they're on the.
Are those
they're a
good?
trilogy. Those are fantastic.
Okay.
Except for the last one. It's me. But okay.
I'm not getting
basically,
anything really
Moon
positive
Knight.
about Icarus on here as far as what I can instantly find.
Well, you
But
keep
he's just
looking.
got the same powers as
Yeah,
Superman.
just keep looking. I'll explain Moon Knight really
except
fast.
he can teleport.
So think Deadpool but sad.
Sad
Multiple
pool.
personalities. He does the fourth wall breaks, but he went to Egypt at one point and he stumbled into a temple of Khonshu. And Khonshu basically has found different avatars to imbue with all of his powers. Boom. This guy now has all the powers of Khonshu. Khonshu is the Egyptian god of the moon, which, if you read what that entails, basically think the god of time.
Wait,
T-
is he on?
There was a little TV show, like one series of it.
Wait, but was he in Black Adam?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. He looks kind of like all in white.
No,
Who
Moon
was
Knight.
the
with
bad guy in
cowl kinda
Black
like a
Adam?
beak. Oh,
No,
he's
that
not
was
a bad guy.
that was Sabak. Black Adam is DC. Moon Knight's Marvel. Moon Knight.
I don't know. It just sounded familiar.
Moon Knight's going to get into the more mythological side of Marvel,
Yes.
going into the pantheon of the gods of Egypt, as
Yes.
opposed to going into the pantheons of the gods of the Norse mythology. Because in Thor: Love and Thunder, you get to see where all of the gods from all mythologies get to exist together in one realm.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how porns typically work.
What? Do you feel better?
Yeah, it sounds like a porno. I say it every time.
Love and Thunder.
Yes.
It really does.
It made me feel awkward, like watching a porno.
I haven't seen it.
It's
The screaming goats made me laugh. I
dude.
don't care.
Did you know what I gave all my friends? Well, except for you guys. Sorry, I'll get you one. For Christmas this year,
What?
the screaming goat figurines.
I
Like
don't-
literally order 20 of them off of Amazon. It was the
don't-
best
I don't know
Christmas
what that
I've ever
is.
had. It's a screaming goat. It's literally just a figurine that you push it and it screams.
And it's from that movie.
It screams like the goats, like just screaming goats.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it into the mic because it would be really
Yeah.
abrasive.
Well,
to
it's
the
a
listener.
it's a
Doesn't he
specific.
just pull back a little? Gotcha.
Yeah. No, I'm not pulling up anything
What's
on
the
Icarus.
beeping?
Oh, there's a
Oh,
bomb.
the thing back there.
There's a bomb about to go off.
Oh no.
There's a bomb. No, I find nothing on
Duty
Icarus.
chopper.
Yeah.
I find nothing on Icarus in the DC comics. All I find is it just pulls up like Icarus within Greek mythology.
No.
I try to dig deeper into Icarus in the DC comics. That's going to be something I'll have to get back to you on, just because
Yeah, we just can't find anything.
that
Yeah.
puzzles my brain to hear something within the DC comics that my brain's like, wait, Icarus was there? Because I have Lucifer Morningstar like saved as like a possible character just because I liked him a lot on the show Lucifer, and he's a DC comics character.
Yeah.
But no Icarus.
This is a suggestion from a friend. So.
I apologize for
I mean,
letting
we
your friend
tried.
down.
That's fine.
Sorry. We'll get back.
I just asked him the question. I was like, "Which superheroes?" And he was like, "Ooh, this one and this one." And I'm like, "Okay." I don't know who that first one is, but okay. So I
Yeah.
looked it up.
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't know why.
I don't have a Google machine with me.
I just figured I'd ask the nerds who seem to.
Yeah,
know
I mean,
everything.
believe it
You-
or
you
not,
found
there's a
a- you
bunch
found a
out there that we've never heard of.
You found a blind spot in my knowledge of things, which
Yep.
is fine because now I'm frustrated.
and now he's gonna know all the
Wha-
things
who-
about it.
I don't even know if I spelled the name right.
IKARIS.
I didn't spell IKA.
ARIS is what I found.
That's that's Marvel, and that's the Eternals.
Huh?
Yeah, Icarus is a member of the Eternals.
Are you sure? Show me a
Yes.
picture.
Icarus is from the Eternals. He was played by the guy from Game of Thrones. That
Does
was
he
in the
look
Eternals.
like Superman? Yep, that's it.
He was in the
That's what I
Eternals.
found.
He's basically
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know
his-
what
But
you
he has the
think
same
about
powers as Superman,
he does. He would get whooped though.
except he can teleport.
I don't care about the teleportation. Superman.
Okay.
Superman.
How do you not win with teleportation?
Because Superman is infinitely stronger than him. Like, even though he has similar movements and similar ways of being able to, like, Superman would not have trouble in a physical confrontation with him.
My question is, where does he fall on the scale of intelligence? Because that bears credence to my argument.
Well, he is older than time.
Okay, but
Hey,
that doesn't mean that he's
tale
smart.
as old as time.
Okay, like how well can he do math and calculations? That's what I need to know. Because the problem with teleportation power, you have to be able to do like geometry and the calculations properly because the Earth rotates, itself rotates, then rotates around the sun. So you have to mathematically calculate where you're going to be, and you can actually or accidentally teleport yourself into, I don't know, the middle of a wall or the middle of a pole, and now you're dead.
Well, the thing
It's
about
a very sketchy power.
the like the Eternals, their superpowers, they've always had their superpowers. They never had to guess. They always innately knew how to use them.
How long has he been around Earth?
He's been on Earth since before humans.
Okay, wow.
They were actually sent to Earth to watch humans as they develop from a primordial species.
So they were voyeurs.
Wait, so
Yes.
was he in the Eternals then?
Yes, he absolutely was. I'll tell you the
I
actor
have
that
to
played him.
rewatch that.
Yeah, he was the
That was a good one.
he was
It
the
weird,
main
though.
he was the main Eternal, like
Oh,
the main one. Let me find him. Who he was
there's
played
too
by.
much stuff floating around in here. I don't remember.
I want to say he
Good
was in the
enough.
Eternals.
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to look it up now. I hate having to look stuff up, but I've also only seen the Eternals one time because I thought it was just okay.
And I'm
Same.
zero help. So
Yeah.
What is-
So the Eternals, of course, was released in 2021. Yeah. Yeah. It was played by Richard Madden. He played Icarus. He's the guy from Game of Thrones.
he also invented that one
You say Game of Thrones like I've watched it.
He
Oh,
invented
Yeah,
that
he-
football game.
That's a purty man.
yeah. He was Robb Stark. He was in Cinderella.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that
I
makes
was trying
sense.
to figure out which one he was. Yeah,
Disney
that's Rob.
princess.
Yeah.
He got pretty
Prince.
eyes.
Yeah. He's been in a lot of stuff
You
though.
got
He
purty
was in.
mouth.
He was
He
in.
got them Stark eyes.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what else he's been in that you might have seen. Citadel, that was a show or a movie. He was in Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
I never feel so alone. Yeah, but
I got
Icarus,
him.
Motorhome.
Icarus was there. Now, Athena was cool. She was played by Angelina Jolie. Athena was actually who inspired the Greeks to make the goddess Athena. So all of her powers and stuff were really cool. All
Yeah.
those weapons and the shields and her super
Nice.
smarts and all this battle strategy stuff. Anyway,
Ooh, put her against Wonder Woman.
see,
Well, see that's like
Girl
a
fight.
cosmic being against a punch 'em up.
Okay.
Wonder Woman's the daughter of a god.
Yeah, I was about to say
but
Wonder
that-
Woman versus like
Well,
Supergirl.
Hercules is also the daughter of a god, but that doesn't make him a god until he actually becomes one.
But being of divine origin does give you certain perks
Hercules.
within the comic
It
book
does
universes.
give you more things, but that doesn't mean it wouldn't put you on the same level.
See,
So I think it would be unfair to pit those two together.
so it's the same thing with her being an Eternal, though, because she's not an actual like super being herself. She is merely the siphoning of the energy from a celestial that they've put into something else.
She lives off the edge of Batman's cape. I get it. I understand what you're saying.
That's everybody in the DC universe, Tiny.
yeah, I know.
They
That's
all
what I'm
just
saying.
they all just walk hand in hand with the presents wrapped in gift wrap and Batman just
Yep.
knowing that his best friend, the walking gift, the walking Christmas gift,
Yeah,
is actually God in disguise.
like maybe we was created just by the beads of sweat that come off of his, lower face from his cowl.
I've been told he works in mysterious ways, both
Yeah.
Batman and the Lord.
I mean, what this is Califarianism.
What?
Huh?
Yeah, Califarianism.
So to worship the worship of Batman's
yeah,
Califarianism.
We wear a cowl.
I need that to be
We go full
to be
cowl.
solidified here. That
Let me try saying it again. Califarianism.
Califarianism.
We did it.
Hey,
You
thanks.
want to try?
No.
Fine, then don't ring the bell.
Hey, we
No,
never,
no.
Hey,
You missed
we
your
never
opportunity.
canonized my name on here.
Oh, okay, Bitha.
What? You
Got
didn't
it.
let me do it.
You lost your chance.
You got to understand, it's a lot like
when I
second
offer,
grade up in here.
It's
a lot like second
it's a
grade.
yes or no.
Hey, do you want this cookie? I don't really know if I want this cookie. The cookie's gone now.
Yep.
Okay.
Too late.
It
too
is
late.
now my cookie. I ate the cookie. You didn't
Noted.
want it.
Noted.
Yeah, you can't even look at it now.
Hey, thanks for joining us, everybody. It's been a happy, slappy, fun time as normal up in this.
Up in this piece.
Up in this piece. So, say he's been absent for about 5 or 6 years, and then you have a birthday, and you get a knock at the door, and Thanos is there holding 3 grapes. Bitha, what would you do?
I'll take them and eat them.
But hold on, his skin is purple.
He didn't tell you where he got the grapes.
Yeah, what if they were? What if they were his
It's
lower
Thanos.
grapes?
I don't want him to snap me out of existence.
if
I'm
it-
just gonna eat the damn grapes.
I'm just saying, what if there's 3 nuts because they're purple, and he calls them his grapes because they're purple?
These nuts.
That's the
Put
question.
these nuts in
Yeah.
my
I don't-
mouth.
I don't know. I don't think Thanos would.
Thanos is purple. His skin's purple.
I think it would cause him to grimace. That's another purple.
Da-da-da.